Welcome back to the Marathon Mortgage Happy Hour. I'm Mike Witzak.
My name is Rory Farrell.
And today we have
Chuck Palmer,
Chuck
Palmer of...
Palmer Insurance Advisors.
Look how that worked out.
There you go.
The owner.
Nice.
Thank you for coming in, Chuck, all the way from
Pleasure.
Kennett Square.
Thank you, guys.
We've known each other for over a decade, or at least a decade, I'd
Yeah,
say.
for sure.
And then prior to that, you've been working with my dad with this, through this company for
Almost 20 years.
almost 20 years.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
that's, I think Strackbine brought him in.
Yeah.
Right? Or
Yeah.
that's how that all
Yes.
got connected.
Yeah.
So you're one of just a very few insurance people that we fully trust and
Thank you.
refer our business out to.
Yeah.
I think
a
there's three of them.
yeah.
Yeah, like it's
And we get
very,
calls
very-
constantly. Oh, send us your business, send us your business. We're like, we're good.
Yeah.
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 And we'll get into all that. But yeah, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
You're a little nervous for the pod.
I am a little bit. We'll settle in.
We should.
settle
It's, full disclosure, it's 10 a.m. on Friday. We
Yeah.
typically would have a beer, but 10 a.m. is a little early.
Yeah, a little early.
That would have loosened things up a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get into it.
Good.
So usually the way we start is, how did you get into the industry? You've been in it for a long time. So what made you jump into that?
I started working for my stepfather about 20 years ago, and was at college, West Virginia. Never a good student. Hated school.
Fun time though.
I did. It was a fun time.
I don't think
it was a great time.
I don't think most people that go to West Virginia like
No,
school.
That's why I picked West Virginia.
yeah.
You might be the most successful West Virginia
Yeah,
graduate of all
it's
time.
very possible.
Sorry,
Out of all
West
the
Virginia.
people I know, you 100% are. So.
So, I'm at school. I hated being there. And so I just asked my stepdad, I said, give me a shot in the agency. And I dropped out of school to do it.
I was going to ask, you didn't finish. You
No,
just,
I didn't.
okay.
No, I was sick of it. I was done. And so just ran with it.
What year was that? Sorry.
That was 04?
No, what year of college? Like how old were you when you were just made
Sophomore?
that? Yeah, so you had a couple years in. You're
Yeah.
like, nope.
No, I was done.
Wow.
No, I was done.
That's a lot of foresight for a 20-year-old.
Yeah, now I
19-year-old.
realized it. I was wasting my time.
Yeah,
I
think so.
really was.
So my best friend Mike did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just dropped out like freshman year, sophomore year. He's like, yeah, I'm not doing this.
It wasn't for me. It
No.
really wasn't. And so, just started working all day, all morning, up at 6 in the morning, in the office at 7, done at 9 p.m., working long days. And about 10 years ago, opened up my own shop, Palmer Insurance Advisors, and just been doing it ever since.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So it's not like you didn't have the drive to
No,
go out and do stuff. It's just
No.
school wasn't your thing.
never was. Never enjoyed it. It wasn't
Yeah.
for me.
That's a
I would
really-
rather work. I just would rather work.
Yeah, two questions. So, one, why was it so many hours in the beginning? Was it just like learning and grinding, or were you guys just that busy?
No,
Or was he
it
just
was-
giving you all the busy
It
work?
was learning and grinding.
Yeah.
It was just getting new clients, quoting new clients, just, talking to people when they're done work from 5 o'clock until 8:30 at night.
Yep.
And then working on quotes, just,
That's Mike's
just,
favorite time to work.
just hammering phone calls and just working.
Yeah.
And just, I would drop flyers at people's doors in the morning. Like
Oh, nice.
old school.
Yeah.
Just
Well, 20
putting
years ago,
that's what
there
you
was
did.
there was no podcast to be in front of people.
So
with.
literally, I'd print out, fold them, put them at people's doors, and hopefully get calls.
That's awesome.
And just that's what you did.
Honestly,
then.
back then, that kind of stuff worked.
It
Like,
did work.
Yeah, and
It
now
did
it's
work.
now it's still something that people do, but you have to also do it with podcasts
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Instagram and phone. Like
Got to mix it in.
you got to
And
mix
I
it in.
still have some of those clients.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
That's awesome.
For sure.
That's so cool. Well, it's not surprising.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, and then my second kind of follow up to that was, you have young kids.
Yep.
Do you, I mean, they're too young to probably have this conversation, but is that something where you'd be like, hey, college isn't necessarily for everyone? Or is it something that you were like, hey, you're going to college no matter what?
It's a really good question.
Because our kids are similar age.
Yeah.
So,
Part of me, looking back at it, I wish I was a better student. It worked out, right? My decision worked out.
Yeah.
I want my kids to do whatever they want. I'll obviously guide them to make the right decision or to help them, but if they don't want to go to college, then let's get another idea. Let's get another option. I'm
Yeah.
fine with that, as long as it's not like joining the circus or anything like that.
yeah. And as long as you work hard at it. like-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Whatever they're going to do, as long as they work hard, that's what matters.
So how long were you with you said your stepfather, right?
Yep.
How long were you with him before branching
10
off?
years.
10 years?
Yeah, it was
Wow.
10 years. I learned. It was a really great time learning. It was really more of a mentor for me.
Sure.
Learning how to do it the right way.
Yep.
Because there are a lot of insurance agencies out there that do it the wrong way.
Yep.
We were just talking about it before we started.
You want to bring that up a little bit?
Yeah. We were just talking about before it started. We started about, agents giving out quotes that have higher deductibles than people realize, things like that. So I really learned the business and how to do it the right way.
Yeah, and there's so many parallels
Totally.
with our business and your business.
Totally.
And since, it was off air, why don't you tell a little bit about what prompted this conversation? Because we'll piggyback off of that
Yeah,
too.
so just this morning, got an email, client of mine with Travelers, paying $1,200 a year for a home insurance policy. Amazing price, amazing coverage, tons of bells and whistles that other companies don't even offer. So right away, I'm thinking, the quote that she got is not going to be good.
Yeah.
Number one, it's probably not less money, but number two, it's probably the coverage is not even close to what she has now. So I said, anytime someone says, hey, I want to cancel my policy, fine, send me the quote, let me review it,
Yep.
let me take a look at things. Because again, 10 out of 10 times, it's not good.
Yeah, it's at
They
least not
think it
apples
is,
to apples.
but it's not. And they don't know, unfortunately. And so she sent me over the quote. On the way here, I'm looking at it. And $5,000 deductible. I'm sure she had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
With me, she has $1,000 deductible. She has loss forgiveness, which no one else offers loss forgiveness on the home insurance. So it's just it's exactly what I thought. Right?
Wow.
And so that's why I'm saying learning how to do it the right way, good coverage, good endorsements, pointing out things that they have now versus what they didn't have before,
Right.
or vice versa. So learning how to do it the right way, giving people the proper coverage, pointing things out that they, again, were missing with their other company or their current company. That's what I mean by learning how to do it the right way.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's just kind of like, Mike's going to love this, in the zeitgeist of, do you know what zeitgeist mean?
I don't.
All right, so
Thank you.
you're not the only one. So he gave me a hard time.
I mean, no, I don't.
so
I'm
zeitgeist
embarrassed.
is just like...
No, you shouldn't be. Because, no, Rory
It's
loves.
apparently a weird word that I know that is not used that often. Zeitgeist is like it's in the atmosphere, it's in the ether. Like
okay,
it's
yeah.
just
We
like
have a list
culturally-
of words downstairs that Rory pulls out of his ass and says like halfway through the day sometimes. He said the other day he was talking to Tom about something. They're having like a serious conversation and Rory just goes, the guy's in such a boondoggle. And my head snapped, Chuck. I was like, what?
boondoggle?
I was like, what did you say? And then everybody in the office.
Nanny.
Yeah. Oh my God. He said something
All
yesterday.
right, so let's get back on track here,
Okay.
Mike and Chuck.
All right.
He's trying to avoid this.
Yeah.
So in the zeitgeist, insurance guys and mortgage guys can be a bit of sleazeballs. Like that's
Yes.
kind of what the
It's unfortunate, but it's so true.
yeah. And we were just talking about it from The Big Short. Like the one time that they mentioned the mortgage brokers that they bring the mortgage they're
Yeah.
just douchebags.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
we made this amount of money on
Yeah,
this
yeah,
person
yeah,
or whatever.
yes.
So it's not hard, and maybe you can speak to this. It's not hard to be a mortgage person. It's not hard to become a insurance person.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
you got to go through the test. You got to have a brain in your head, but
Yeah.
it's not. It's really hard to be a very good one or an honest one, or
100% agree.
have longevity.
Nope. 100% agree.
And a lot, like I said, a lot of parallels. This is exactly what happens when people are shopping around with us. We're like, cool, shop around.
Yes.
We're so, I'm sure you're
It's
the same
okay.
way. We're confident
Yep.
that if you're looking at things apples to apples, we're going to be fine.
100% agreed.
And that's just the figures. Like that
Yeah.
doesn't even talk about the customer service,
Agreed.
the availability, the efficiency,
Yeah, agreed.
all that stuff.
Yeah,
We've
it's
had
really
these
interesting.
conversations.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we'll have, it takes 30 seconds of looking at a loan estimate from somewhere else. You'd be like,
Yes.
Did you
It's
see that?
crazy. And yet it's so unfortunate because, again, that's your competition.
yeah.
Yeah.
Your competition isn't someone that's unfortunately honest or open. That's what you're competing with, right? You're
And-
competing with crap.
And the one or two times that we actually go up against people we know in the industry that
Yes.
are good,
Yes.
and they send us a good loan estimate, and if we can't beat it or we know the other company's good, and like they were working with them first, we're like, you know what, go use that.
Do
person.
it.
Like,
Yeah.
do
Agreed.
it. I know
Yeah.
them. It's good. Like no harm, no foul. But
Absolutely agreed.
It's the time when you get something from somebody in like Wisconsin and the rate's an eighth lower, and they're charging them $2,000 extra, and you're like.
It drives me crazy.
You're like, dude, just look here. Look at mine. Look at
Yes.
this. You have them both pulled up.
Yeah.
Like, let's go over this. And then they realize, like, oh, this person has my best interest in mind.
Yes.
Because when you first start talking to people, like first time home, I talk to a lot of first time home buyers, and they're like, what's a mortgage? What do you mean I
Yeah.
need a mortgage? Like, what does that
Yeah.
mean?
They don't
Like,
even
I
know.
thought I just pay for the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's so backwards, and you're trying to build these people's trust with something they don't even know.
I've learned that I really do like to educate people.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
learned that,
We
right?
say that a million times.
Yeah, I love to educate people of coverage about different things that come with these policies or that don't come with the policies.
Yep.
Right? And it's scary that, again, we talked about the service line coverage, speaking of which. People don't realize that if their underground sewer line breaks, it's not covered under home insurance unless they have that rider.
Yep.
Right? That's terrifying. That's $10,000 or more or around there.
Yeah.
It's educating people of what comes with these policies and what doesn't.
Yeah. Not everyone's built the same, and you can't just look at
Yeah.
my premium's $12.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's not the same.
No.
It's interesting.
But yeah, I just had one with a refi. We're kind of in like this little refi scenario where it makes sense for some people, like back in 2020, 2021,
Yeah, oh,
it's
yeah.
like it kind of made sense for everybody,
Yes. Yeah.
for the most part. And it takes a lot of time to like go through and make sure that it is right. But every scuzzy mortgage company is emailing, phone call. It's time to refi. It's time to refi. It's time to refi. So I'm getting like a lot of calls like, hey,
Should I be doing
it's
this?
time to refi. And you look through it and you're like, you could.
Actually,
If
you
it were
guys-
me, I wouldn't do it.
But I wouldn't do it.
But I wouldn't do it. But
Yeah.
maybe the $50 a month or $100
Yeah.
a month makes a difference
Yeah.
versus some
Yeah.
people might need
Yeah.
maybe $400 a month to make a difference. But one came through and it was like, yeah, I should really do it. Look at, I'm saving this much money and da da da. And I'm like,
Here's a statistic for you. In 2020, there was 178,000 loan officers, and I think the other day we looked and it was about
no. Go
What?
ahead. Sorry.
What was this at? Do you remember?
No, I think the current is like 175,000, but there was like almost 300,000 3 years
Yeah,
ago.
there was four. That was it. There was 440,000. Now there's about 100,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like
industry.
a crazy attrition. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. So it's like that's what the past 3 years have been brutal for us, just like, as a whole, because we're fighting for everything you got. Like, no matter what was happening, everybody's fighting for it. And then finally, like, it took really, honestly, 2.5, 3 years for that swing to go from, hey, there's so many people. And then you get in the middle where everybody's trying to fight to stay in and be competitive and stealing deals left and right and just doing whatever. And now we're finally on the other side of it where, hey, everybody that was like kind of half in, half out is gone now.
Yeah, they're out.
And it's like the people that are here to stay are here,
And they're good, like
Yeah, and they're good.
Yeah.
They're solid. So it's like your competition gets a little harder, but there's less of it. So
Just keep doing what you're doing.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
That's
all
it.
you can do.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Going back to what you said originally, it's like just doing what we're doing, but like doing the things the right way.
Yes.
Like you're not going to win every deal
Nope.
by being honest, but those clients are going to come back and they're going to refer and like,
And you can, I know it just sounds cheesy to say, but you can sleep at night.
Yeah.
Knowing that you're doing it the right way.
100%.
Knowing that you really do have your client's best interests at heart.
It feels good. Feels
Yeah,
good.
it does.
People still call us to this day. Like people I closed on a year ago, they call me with questions or help them out or whatever they need. I'm like, yeah, of course, you call me whenever. Like I'm you're my client for life.
Yeah.
And it's just a nice thing. And I've learned that like my biggest thing now is just, hey, let's focus on what I have in a day to day. Like here's
Yeah.
my daily tasks, here's my weekly tasks, here's my goals that I want to complete for the year. And it's like I used to get into the numbers all the time. Like, why is this person doing so much business? And you're like, oh, blah. And you just get like in your own head.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, of course.
I've just gotten so much busier, focus on what I should be doing
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
And as I do it, it grows. And then I'll look at numbers from time to time and go, oh, I'm catching up to this firm. I'm doing
Yeah.
that. Or, Rory's in my sights,
I'm going after him. I'm
he's
going after
crushing
him.
it this year.
Good, man. Good.
But what was I just going to say? I just had it in my head and then Mike started talking.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Just rambling on.
Forgot we're on a podcast.
Oh, that's what I was saying. It sounds weird, but it almost feels good like when you're kind of shopping refis around, you're like, no, it's not the right time to do it. Because
Yeah.
then you like really build trust. You're like, you
Yeah.
could do it. I could make money on
Yes.
you. But it's like,
But don't.
It's not the right way to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then when it is the right time, they'll come back and trust you. And,
Yeah.
We've had that conversation before where we're like, now it's not time to make a switch, or oh, you're doing good with your policy.
Totally.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why we send.
It's
business to
being
you.
honest. and when I speak to clients that you guys refer me to, they always sing your praises. And I tell people all the time that it, again, sounds silly, but I really do tell clients that you are the good guys in this business.
Yeah.
That, you can be trusted. And sometimes I feel like getting a mortgage can be like buying a car. You
Yeah.
really don't know which way you're getting screwed.
Yeah,
Or you feel like somehow, some way you are.
You assume you are.
You assume you are. But I really do tell people that you guys are the good guys in the business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
appreciate that.
You really, and because you are.
It's funny, like there's so many people who are like look for kickbacks for referrals, and that's
Yeah.
like a huge thing in our industry.
yeah.
It's like with you send us stuff,
Yeah.
we send you stuff.
Yeah.
It's no quid pro quo. It's
No,
like,
no.
I know that if I send my clients to Chuck,
Yeah.
he's gonna at the very least, be honest, 9 times out of 10 be the best option.
And we've talked about this before. Like, I wish I could refer more people to you guys.
Yeah.
But generally, when someone calls me for insurance, they have their mortgage
Yeah.
already lined up. Like, I'm kind of the last person.
It's the same way. Realtors are like, oh, what about referrals for me? I'm like, people don't come to us first.
yeah,
They come
yes.
to realtors
Yeah,
first.
exactly. Yeah.
So I could count. I had this conversation with a realtor the other day. I can count probably on one hand per year how many clients I get to refer out.
Yeah.
And then I have all these realtors
Yeah.
who send me business. Now I'm like, well, who do I send it? Do I send it to the person who sends me the most business?
Yeah, that's a
That
tough
might
one
not
too.
be the person. Like if they're in Philly and the client's
Yes.
looking in Bucks County,
It doesn't really make sense.
it doesn't make sense,
Yeah.
So like I've referred business to one of Tom's good realtors.
Okay.
Because I know that he was the best person
Yeah.
for the area that
Yeah.
they were looking at. So it's just like, again, it's just kind of doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And it comes back around, no quid pro quo. It's just
Yeah.
like
Yep.
you're representing us.
Yes.
When we
Agreed.
give people your
Totally.
number. So, and that's fully trusted.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Totally.
Now, as an insurance broker, like what's your like main source of business? Who are you? I mean, are you established now at this point where you're not out door knocking, obviously?
No.
But
No.
You're not folding up flyers?
No, the folding flyers and delivering at doorsteps, those days are done.
Good.
I'm 100% referral now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
And so, is it mainly like your referral source? Were you focusing on, hey, I need to get in more mortgage offices, I need to get in more real estate offices? Like, where were you going to get business as a broker?
my client base.
Okay.
I have a great client base. I've grown the business with a great client base, and I ask for referrals. So let this be a lesson for anybody listening that is just starting. You have clients that you've helped. Why wouldn't they like to refer you to their friends and family? So
100%.
I ask for referrals, and I get referrals.
It sounds like too simple.
It does, but it is. It's just that,
It's really, I've learned a lot too, especially over the past year or two, is like, sometimes you just gotta ask.
just ask.
You
It's
just
okay.
you don't gotta go and just talk to people.
You've helped someone, so why wouldn't they want to send that information?
And in our business, it's almost like we've, again, kind of been honing this, but like you can't ask every time. But
True.
like, if you see someone 3-4 times, you take them out golfing, we can go to lunch, blah, 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 you shoot the shit, how the kids, da, da, da. And then like a month later, you're like, oh, by the way, do you have anyone to refer? Like you gotta like be judicious with it. You
Totally.
can't
And also, like, I'm not that guy that's like, all right, hey, can you give me 5 names?
Yeah.
I don't go, it's nothing cheesy like that.
Yep.
It's just like, hey, if you know anybody who wants to save some money on their insurance, get better coverage.
organic.
Have them give me a call.
Yeah.
Because you hear like, hey, send me 5 contacts. And it's nothing like that.
Yeah.
You know?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's got to be organic. It's got to be real and personal,
Yeah,
and
you
you
know-
have to build that relationship before you start asking. either,
Totally.
which is-
Totally. And it's not, I don't do any social media or anything like that.
I'm jealous.
I personally or professionally, I don't. It's just referrals,
Awesome.
It's just referrals.
That's killer. Yeah, no, and it's a good thing. Something I need to work on better a little bit is like reaching back out to past clients I closed on. Hey, can you, keep me in mind? and
Absolutely.
reach out. Yeah.
For sure.
It's a good lesson. You're talking to me here.
And why wouldn't they? Again, I know
Yeah.
I'm repeating myself, but why wouldn't they?
100%.
All right, so let's get into some of the nitty gritty insurance.
Ooh, baby.
He started getting into it with the referrals, but here, take a quick look. What do you
Okay.
think is the most important thing? We have a whole list. We took notes. I'm like Walter
All right.
Cronkite over here.
So, flat roofs, cost is a big one because cost is crazy right now. We talked about waterline coverage.
Actually,
talked
can I
about-
ask?
So, yeah.
Real quick before you. Okay, the flat roof question actually reminded me. Like, what is the deal with flat roofs? Why are they so
They leak.
uninsurable? Okay, so it's the leaking issue.
So
Water sitting.
So they're not uninsurable, right? So if I have 15 carriers in my agency, I have 6 that will write flat roofs. So there are plenty of companies out there that will write flat roof homes. Flat roof homes, the roofs leak, right? And some companies just want to stay away from it.
Yeah.
But some are totally fine with it,
okay.
right?
Do those companies, they say like, all right, we'll insure it, but how old's this roof? Or
Absolutely. Well,
or
if
we
it's-
need an inspection.
If it's a flat roof or if it's a gable roof, all of them need to be updated within a certain amount of time. That's for sure. But some companies just won't write it because flat roofs leak.
And that's a big thing in Philly that we run into a bunch.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's what I always thought, because the water just pools up. I did.
It does.
I did flat roofing for
Oh, geez.
4 summers of my life. Yeah, so it's like I know I'd go up on the roofs and you see puddles of water and you have to squeegee them off and get to wherever it's leaking.
But interestingly enough, I will say this about roof claims. I see way more roof claims with shingle roofs than I do with flat roofs.
Oh, okay.
So I think their
sense.
thinking is kind of wrong, but who am I? I'm not an insurance company.
you're
You know?
That makes
But-
sense to me, because it's like if you think about a shingle roof, bad windstorm,
Absolutely.
whatever, as shingles blow
All day
up,
long.
and you don't even notice them
Yes.
half the time. They might be on the back side of your house, and the next thing you know, your roof's leaking.
I see those claims way more than I see flat roof claims.
Makes sense.
For sure.
Interesting.
I mean, there's tons of stuff in our industry that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
that
also, too,
one just doesn't make sense.
Here's another question for you, following up on that with claims. If I get into, God forbid, I get into a car accident or something happens with a house, when I submit a claim, is that going directly to whoever my insurance provider is, or do you see that claim?
I do.
Okay.
So I'll give you an example. I have a client that I spoke to this morning. Driving down the road, rock hits her windshield. Calls me, hey, Chuck, what should I do? So again, customer service, what we were talking about earlier, I ask my clients to call me before they file a claim.
Yeah.
Let's make sure it's worth filing, right? So whether it's a car or a home claim, some claims shouldn't be filed. Because, yeah, it could increase your rates. It's going to be on your record, and it stinks. But, yes, sometimes claims shouldn't be filed. Turns out her deductible is really low, $100 deductible for comp. It's probably going to be a $1,000 windshield, so go ahead and file the claim.
Okay.
A comp claim won't increase your rates.
Okay.
Okay. Windshield claim won't increase your rates. If you have a $100,000 Porsche that catches on fire, that won't increase your rates.
Okay, gotcha.
But a
'Cause you-
collision claim, like you hit someone,
Yep.
that could.
That's different. Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
that's different.
I hit someone, and my rates went up pretty high. So.
It happens.
Yeah, that was like 2
It
years
happens.
ago. I was driving down Kelly Drive. I was in my Chevy Malibu. God rest his soul.
Just cruising the Malibu,
just
man, on
cruising
Kelly
the
Drive.
Malibu, dude, best car
Just
I ever
chilling.
had. And brakes obviously are not the best thing on those. And I think I was going like 30 miles an hour on Kelly Drive. I wasn't even going fast, but there's
I
a
have a
turn.
feeling that's a lie.
It's
That's
I
definitely not
I've
30
been in a
miles
car
an
with them
hour.
before.
Let me tell you something.
No one does 30 miles an hour on Kelly Drive.
It's so hard to tell this with a straight face, because it was probably the only time I was doing like 30, 35, and I wasn't on my phone. And I'm
On
like,
Kelly Drive is the worst
Yeah.
place
and
to
I
be on
come
your
around
phone.
the
Yeah,
turn,
yeah.
come around the turn, and there's just like a line of traffic, and I like jammed on my brakes and just tapped this lady, and the whole
It was just a tap.
it was just a love tap.
Love tap.
Chuck, tell the insurance company.
Tap
it
at
was
home.
a tap. Come on.
Just tap it home.
But everybody was fine. It wasn't a big. It really, honestly, wasn't that big of a deal. But and everybody was okay. It was all good. But my rates 100% went up.
Yeah.
But I can see that, because it's like, hey, look, that was the
fucked
issue.
up.
I fucked up.
Yeah.
And my rates
Oh,
went
we're
up for
cursing
it.
here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right, cool. I didn't realize we were doing F-bombs.
Do
Got it.
whatever you want.
Got it.
You don't
So-
have to.
This is way different than I thought all of a sudden.
Yeah, no, dude. We've had guys bring in cases of beer, and we've sat here for like an hour and a half and just talked.
I could see that too.
Yeah.
I think we need to do a part 2, but in
We
the
can do
PM.
part 2.
100%.
Yeah, we need to do a follow-up for sure.
But yeah, no, that was a big learning lesson. And then, but it makes sense though because of that. But like when you said a Porsche catcher on fire, how's that your fault? You know what I mean? Like that's not your.
And your rates won't go up because of
yeah,
that.
yeah, exactly. So that makes
So,
sense.
so speaking of which, claims, right? A note here. Jumps in pricing, right? So, again, been doing this for 20 years. I've never seen insurance so expensive right now.
Yeah,
right?
we've had this conversation. Because
it's-
I've asked you, like, what's going on? man?
It's crazy.
Not that it's your fault. I'm like, why?
It's crazy. It's totally nuts. So people are driving into each other, right? They're on their phones. They're rear-ending people. The more claims that I see of people just blowing through stop signs, blowing through lights, just rear-ending or getting rear-ended, it's because people are literally on their phones. You can stand on this street, look out in the people driving by, and people are looking down.
I bet you. What do you? If you had to put a percentage on it, what do you think it would?
I'd say it's probably 50 or 60%.
I would say over 50. I bet.
Totally.
Yeah.
And so
So scary. It's
rates
amazing.
are-
There's not more.
100%.
Yeah.
And so rates are skyrocketing because of that for the car insurance and home claims. The claims I see for houses, underground sewer lines, right? They're breaking underground more in the past 3 or 4 years than I've seen in the last 10 years combined.
Is there a reason
What?
for that?
Yeah.
People are on
Honestly,
their phones.
I think I don't think the sewer line's breaking or people are on their phones. Okay. I would say I really think it's because of COVID. I think people are home more,
Using the
Yeah.
toilet.
and I
more.
think they're using their bathrooms more.
That's really
That's
interesting.
the only thing I can think of. Or that houses are getting to that age in this area where they're just starting to fail, I
Yeah.
guess. But, you know,
Could be. I wonder, like, if you compared it to, you know, like Arizona or New Mexico, somewhere on the other side of the country, if it would be the same thing with claims. I
yeah.
don't know. But
yeah.
that's interesting. That's a really interesting stat.
And roof flames, right? The wind,
Yep.
tornadoes now in this area, creating problems, creating claims. Prices are going up and it's not slowing down. It's nuts. You know, renewals going up 30%,
Wow.
which is a lot of money.
We've had to really adjust our estimates. You know, like
I'll
back,
bet.
back in the day, we could say like, all right, for a whatever $350,000 house, maybe $100 a month, something like
Yes.
that. Like that was a fair estimate, and that goes into how we qualify people or how much we can.
Yeah,
qualify.
yeah, yeah.
Now I don't do anything less than 150.
Yeah.
and then anything like significant, I'm like 175, 200,
Yeah.
just to like cover ourselves.
So-
because last thing I want is to quote 100 as an estimate, and then it's 200, and then you don't qualify for the home anymore. You don't realize that till
Well, check this out.
10 days out.
So I've gotten calls like that, right, where I get a referral. They said, "Oh, well, my mortgage rep gave me a price of $100," and my response is, "That's just not realistic.
Yeah.
It's not." And I'm like, "This price I'm giving you is amazing, and it might be $180 a month, and it's an amazing price." And they're like, "Well, that price sucks because it should be $100 a month. It's just unrealistic." So yeah, to that point, I see that.
Ask the mortgage person what the interest or the insurance should be. That,
Yeah,
you should trust.
Yeah,
them
yeah,
more
yeah,
than
yeah, yeah, exactly.
professional.
Yeah. And that's a big
Nuts.
thing. I mean, we changed it on every aspect, though. I mean, insurance, when I first started, we were quoting 100. Now it's like 150
Yeah.
we do normally. Where appraisals were $500 when I first started, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and now they're like 650.
450.
Are they
Yeah,
really?
they're like 450. They're
Yeah,
like
they're usually about
650 now.
$600. We always try, and we always try to overestimate
Yeah, yeah,
on
yeah.
at least a little bit on
Yeah.
things that we know.
The
are-
biggest thing for a while was we've always quoted like $800 for homeowners, like an inspection.
inspections, yeah.
Yeah, but for a while we were taking them off of estimates because so many people were waiving
it.
inspections.
Man,
And they're like,
that's
why
wild.
Why is there an $800 inspection fee? And you're like, well, you don't have to pay for that. And they were just, so we're like, just take it off because people are waiving inspections. And then the other big one was credit reports. Credit reports used to be like $70 maybe for 2 people.
Yeah.
Now it's probably $90 a report.
Wow.
Sometimes more, yeah.
Sometimes like $120.
Are people still waiving inspections? Is that still a thing?
They're coming back.
Coming
You
back,
definitely
yeah.
see people getting I'm starting to see a lot more seller credits, seller
Okay.
financing. I'm starting to see a lot more inspections, and I'm seeing a lot more price negotiations now.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I think, right?
It depends on who you talk to, though. You talk to Tom or Rory, their client, like your average loan amount's $450 probably. My average loan amount's like $280, $290.
Okay.
So the people in my price range are able to negotiate and shop around more. Where if the house is like $500,000, it's a more competitive market
Yeah.
around here.
Yeah.
And then it's also Philly's more, just a little softer, so
Yeah.
a little easier.
We got to reset this after. We've already been talking for 30 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I just I mean, I know clients that have bought $1 million houses that are waiving inspections,
Yep.
Yeah.
and they're paying that were a couple of years ago $100,000 more than they were asking,
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
and on a house that needs a new roof in like 3 years. It's
Their
crazy.
Their new construction, and there's things all bent out of shape with the houses that aren't supposed to be there, and they waive inspections, and it's like it's
I'll tell
scary.
you what, I feel more than usual this year, which is unusual only because a lot of inspections are waived. But when I do get inspections, I feel like a lot of my houses have fallen through due to inspection.
Is that right?
I've probably had 5 to 10 deals fall, and those are just the ones that get the inspection. So now you're talking about like when we didn't get the inspections,
Would they have
post
fallen
settlement.
Well, I was thinking, like, imagine all the people that were selling homes because they knew someone was going to waive the inspection, and they knew that if there was an inspection, it wouldn't sell.
through? Yep.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah, I had a client that was just going up. It was actually Emily Ruben client going up against another offer, and the other offer was not as good, but waiving inspections. Like that probably tells you something.
Oh
like,
my
you know,
gosh.
they probably
Needed that.
inspection waived
For sure.
Yeah, because they
Also, just to
And
talk on like what had,
technically you're supposed to have the seller disclosure,
yeah.
beyond it, but who knows?
Yeah.
They don't
Who knows,
I-
unfortunately.
Yeah, as a seller of a home, sometimes you don't know what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
But and just to talk on like the prices of homes in general. I mean, I'm looking to hopefully move down to this area eventually, like around here. And Juliet and I were looking at houses last night, and we found a place in Doylestown. It was,
You'll be neighbors?
dude.
Nice.
I would love to move to Doylestown area. It was $480,000, 970 square feet. I
Wow.
was like, dude, what are we?
How about this?
We're not buying.
You pay to put up a yurt in my backyard.
Nice.
Dude,
You
we
can live
will.
there as long as you want.
We will put a tiny home in your backyard. I'm not joking. Watch yourself. 'Cause
I joke with my kids all the time, and they're kids. They think
Yeah.
it's serious. They're like, so when we get our yurt,
you laugh, dude. We will move. Julietta's mentioned it to me a few times. She's like, the
you
tiny
guys
home.
would be great babysitters for us.
Say less.
Are you in the city now?
I'm like vice versa. I'm back and forth a lot, man. I'm up in the Poconos probably 3-4 days a week.
Oh, gotcha.
His
Okay.
fiance,
Ah.
his new fiance is up
Yes.
in Poconos,
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
and he's down in Philly. So
Yeah, I'm in Philly like 3 days a week, and I'm in the Poconos. probably
Doing that
4
whole
days a
thing.
week. Yeah.
Yeah, been there, done
Back
that.
and forth so much. So
all right, I have a couple more questions for
Yeah,
you.
good. Shoot.
I've sent you clients. I've personally come to you and say, hey, whatever. This is a great rate or whatever. And you've said, hey, this is a great rate now. In a year when it renews, it's going to go
Great.
up.
Yeah.
And there's certain companies that are, I guess,
Great topic.
notorious for that. Like,
Yep.
how do you know that that's going to happen? Is it just like, hey, this is too good to be true, or are there certain companies, or how do you know? Like, how can you give that advice?
Yep. So generally, and I've had companies that have done this before myself, and I stay away from them, my own carriers. So generally, I'll give an example of farmers, right? About 5 or 6 years ago, 7 years ago, you start seeing farmers commercials all over the place, right?
Yep.
And that actor, what's his name?
we are farmers.
Oh, JD, you're an actor guy. The guy
I'm an
from,
actor guy.
Guy from Whiplash.
Yeah, Whiplash.
Is it
Oh,
JD?
the older guy?
Yeah.
I don't know what his name is, but I know exactly.
Really
what you're
awesome
talking
actor.
about. He did the voice acting for Invincible. I know. Yeah, I
We know all of it.
So
Yeah.
really, let's say really good actor. Anyway, farmers' rates. If all of our prices were whatever, let's just say for a house, $1,000 a year, and farmers would come in and they're like $400 a year. So what happens is they get a ton of clients, right? And they take a ton of claims, and next thing you know, rates skyrocket.
Because they have so many clients, they're taking on that many more claims.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Right? And so it's just like, hold on, stay away from them. I know you want to save money now. Stay away from them because the rates are going to skyrocket. Well, some people may say, well, wouldn't I do that? And when the rates go up, I'll just change. What if you have a claim? Now no one wants you when the rates are skyrocketing year after year after year.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to moving a client within my agency to another company or a new client, I don't necessarily go to that lowest price because sometimes it's not the best for the long run, right?
Right. Yep.
It's really placing clients with companies that I feel are going to be stable over the next 2, 3, 5 years because I don't want them to get stuck. Again, have a claim, and now no one wants them for those 5 years. So it's really placing clients with stable companies. That's how I look at it.
Really?
In the long run, I think it's the best thing.
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense. And J.K. Simmons is his name.
Yeah, I know. JD.
yeah.
JK.
Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to ask too, you were talking about like, hey, if I switch or whatever. I was told by an insurance broker one time that if you like switch around often, do insurance companies see that and like charge you differently?
No.
for you
Well,
differently?
yes and no. So I've gotten that question many times. Am I on some list if I change every year? Not at all.
Okay.
What it does is the longer you're with a prior company, the more of a discount you're going to get when going to a new company. So like you're going to get a better price shopping insurance if you've been with the same carrier for 4 years or more. But you're not on some list. If you can save money every year, do it.
Yeah,
Do
okay.
it. I'm constantly moving clients around from one company to another.
That makes sense. Yeah, I was told something totally different.
That's no
but-
surprise.
Yeah, that's up.
That's no surprise, unfortunately.
And the thing is, like, I'm like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. Now, staying with somebody for a long time and then switching to a company and they see that you've been with them, that makes sense because they're like, okay, I'll give you a discount. You're going
It
to stay
does.
with us for a while. You
Yep.
have a
you're
history of
loyal
that.
or-
I mean, my parents have been with State Farm in Port Richmond. There's a broker in Port Richmond they've been with for, I don't even know how long, 20 plus years. This brokerage used to rent the other side of the hardware store in Philadelphia.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So their rates are like awesome. And my mom got pissed at me because I got off of her insurance. her rate went up like $70. But yeah, it's like, I'm sure if they went to go shop around, they get a much better rate. than
I listen, I tell clients, when you get your renewal, call me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Most insurance agents won't say that. I guess I'm going to toot my own horn here, but
That's what this is for.
most insurance agents don't want to hear from their clients. because it's just more work.
More work, yeah.
You know, if I have another company and if I can save you money again, let's do it.
Yeah.
Why not? Let's keep saving money. It's a good thing. So I encourage my clients to call me when they get that renewal. Here's the renewal. Call me. Let's keep working on quotes. Sorry, I keep hitting your leg.
We'll be talking in a month.
Yeah, seriously. It's just, it's the, because next thing you know, you're with the same company for 5 or 10 years. They keep taking those rate increases every year and you're totally overpaying.
And you're not realizing because
You're just
especially
paying
with
that bill.
mortgages. It's like it just kind of gets paid in escrow, and
Totally.
you're not really paying attention.
No.
You're just like
No, you
auto pay,
have
auto
to
pay,
revisit
auto pay.
this stuff at least every 2 years.
Yeah.
Because I have so many carriers that do come out with new rates or that do have new products. And if we don't talk about it, we'll never know.
Yeah.
Do you get pushback from? So you're like us, we're a broker. So like, do you get pushback if you switch within your brokerage from one insurance company to the other, like the one that you quote unquote took it away from? Did they like
No.
penalize you at all?
No, they all want good retention numbers, right? These insurance companies want you to have good retention and not lose clients. I have a pretty good relationship with most of my carriers, and I tell them straight up, hey, you know, why did your numbers go down this year? It's because Travelers has fantastic rates, and you're just not as competitive right now.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, we have a similar thing where once you're locked in with one lender, let's say rates get better by 1/8 or something. A lot of times people are like, oh, I heard rates are better. I want to switch lenders. And like not that we get a lot of pushback because we don't do this a lot, but like we really try and encourage, like if it's a big change, cool. But depending on the situation, like our lenders don't want us to lock something in with them and then cancel them.
Oh, is this like before it's a done deal?
Before it's a done deal. Yeah. Like in the underwriting process. Yeah. Because
They've already done all that work?
done a lot of work. It costs money for them to hedge that rate.
I get that.
You know, like all that stuff. So obviously we always give the client the choice, but like, hey, for 1/8 of a difference, we're already halfway through this process. We've made a commitment to this lender.
Yeah.
That's
a tough one.
It's really tough.
That's a
And then they
really
say-
tough one.
And they might be a crappy loan, and you might be with a good bank that's underwriting it well. And then they're like, hey, I really want to go. And you're like, the only bank I can give you to is like this crappy one that I know is going to be an issue. Like, you settle in 3 weeks. Do you want to do this?
Oh, because it also could become a big headache too, changing.
for sure.
Oh, I didn't even think about that part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, you're not supposed to like lock with someone and then bail on them and go to a different lender if the rates change.
Yeah, they won't. It's not like they're going to call us and be like, "No, you're canceled," but they're going to be annoyed for sure. They're
Well,
like, what
I mean, there's one lender that we don't use them a lot. So I did one loan with them, totally fine, all worked out. The other loan that I started with them, it fell through due to inspection. So nothing to do with like me switching around or anything. But they came back to me, they're like, your fall through rate's 50%. We can't, like, you're not allowed to have some of these benefits or whatever. These are, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
It makes sense though.
I mean, it makes sense.
It totally makes
Why
sense.
am I not remembering this? Did this happen recently?
A couple months, 2 months ago. Yeah.
There are certain things that we don't talk
Really?
about.
Yeah. I'll tell you. Like,
All right, yeah.
But I mean, they lose money on that, and in that situation, it was an inspection issue. I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
like
yeah.
I chose. or
I
they
know.
chose.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about now.
So,
I
but
just-
anyway,
yeah.
I'm thinking of a company that I represent. There is a cancellation rate. So if I place a policy with someone, let's say it's with Progressive, a home insurance policy, the house gets inspected. And let's say it's not in that great of shape and the policy cancels because of that, or they cancel the policy because of it's in not great shape.
Yeah.
That is a mark on me.
Okay.
So it's kind of the same thing. They track everything.
Yeah.
The insurance companies and mortgage companies, they track everything, which is why I would tell producers of mine, write these policies like they're watching every move you're making, because they are.
Right.
You know, so again, going back to doing it the right way, it's just being honest. It's disclosing everything.
Yeah.
Because they're watching.
Yeah, and the biggest. Oh my God, you just said that and it reminded me. I was with an insurance company and they had that like thing on your phone that they can.
The monitoring.
Oh my, dude, I hated that shit.
yeah, you would hate it. You're driving on Kelly Drive on your phone.
I have a good story about that.
Dude,
I have a
like,
really good story about that.
I hate it because if you like, okay, for instance, the turnpike is 70 miles an hour. That's the speed limit.
Yeah.
If you went over 80 on this, it would ding you for your driving. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna go like 82 miles an hour on the turnpike sometimes. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna go over that. I felt like I was working for Amazon again. Because Amazon had all the tracking, and you would have like a FICO score every morning when you go back to Amazon. You'd sign in, and you'd see like you got dinged for making a sharp turn, or you got dinged for braking too hard, and you're like, somebody braked in front of me. What do you want me to do? Like I braked hard. So I mean, go tell your story. But
All right. This is a good one. So Travelers first came out with this monitoring, 6 years ago.
okay,
Right. And I wanted to try it myself to see what it was like.
Ooh.
You know, I'm like,
smart.
before I have clients do it, I want to see what it's like. Let's see if it's good. Let's see if it's cheesy. Let's see if it's accurate. So I have a car that I race, okay? And it was a really fast car.
This is going to be part 2 of the podcast with some beers.
Awesome.
We're gonna be best friends.
Awesome.
Did we just become best
Did we just become best friends?
We did.
So the answer is yes. So I have my phone, because it's all on your phone.
Yep.
I have my phone in my pocket, and I'm on a racetrack. And I'm doing 150 miles an hour in my race car. And I got the reports back. And my area rep called me, and she's like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "You're driving 150 miles an hour?"
Did you not prep her? Was it her?
I didn't even think that I had my phone in my pocket. I forgot I was doing the monitoring. I literally didn't even think about it. And she's like, "You got clocked doing 150 miles an hour." I was like, "Oh my God, I was on a racetrack. It's okay. It's whatever." But yeah, 150. I did not get a good grade on that monitor.
I was going to say, does that, I mean, you were just testing, but does that affect your rates? Like,
I was doing it.
Now I got to cancel my policy.
I was doing it not for my pricing. I was just doing it to see what it was like.
So you can do that.
I was not with that insurance company at the time.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Thank God. But regardless, I still did not get a good grade.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
More important question: what type of car are we talking? Where are we at? What's
Ooh,
that?
Porsche race cars.
Race cars?
Yes. Well, I've gone through a couple of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I've gone
Just
through a
got
couple.
a stable of Porsches. And
No, unfortunately, I don't.
I'm gonna start crying.
he shows me Porsches probably once a week. He's like, check this thing out.
Oh, man, we got to talk.
I'm not a car
Oh, I
guy
don't have
at
my
all.
phone on me. Oh, wait, do I?
It's back there.
Oh, yeah.
And he'll show them to me. I'm like, cool.
Oh, I got to show you later.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. You got anything else you want to touch on, or
I think we got to everything, which is shocking.
we're 45 minutes in?
Win. I wrote it down because you're like, I'm going to forget this.
Okay.
If you need a refresher, every week we generally try and do a win and the podcast on a really positive note.
Yeah.
What's your win?
So I was thinking a lot about this one, and it was a really feel-good story. Client of mine calls me. Again, like I said earlier, I want my clients to call me prior to filing a claim. Some shouldn't be filed.
Yep.
Sometimes they should be paid out of pocket. Anyway, he calls me. He's super stressed out. It was early in the morning, 9 in the morning. He's like, "Hey, my underground sewer line broke." He goes, "Do I have coverage?" He goes, "Not only that, the sewer line broke and then created a backup into his house," which happens. 2 different coverages. If you don't have these coverages added onto your policy, not covered. Again, kind of spoke on that earlier. He's like, "My wife and I are going through really tough times, really hurting financially." He's holding his newborn kid. It was that entire story.
It was like out of a movie.
It was like out of a movie. Check his policy. I'm like, "Listen, man, you have $10,000 of coverage for the underground sewer line coverage. You have $10,000 for the underground or the water backup in your house." I'm like, "You're good. You're good, dude." He literally started crying. He's like, "I appreciate this stuff." He's crying on the phone. And I'm just like, thank God he had this coverage.
Yeah.
Right? So that's my feel-good story. It just happened a couple of weeks ago.
That's
It was
awesome.
really, really nice. I hung up the phone, and I'm just like, thank God. Because, he would have been in big trouble.
I mean, there is
It was a really feel-good moment.
a lot of parts of our industry that are very numbers driven and
Yeah.
just boring stuff. But then there are times when we sit down and
That
settle,
happened.
We're like, man, that one felt good.
It
That
felt good.
different. Yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah,
Cool.
that was
Well,
a good one.
Good for that guy. Good for his. Hey, shout out to your new baby, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, there you
Well
go.
done. Congrats.
Anything else you want to add? I think we.
No,
Okay.
no, it was fun. It was a lot of
Awesome.
fun. It was a lot
Great.
different. We definitely need to do a part
Part
B,
2.
a follow-up,
Yep. Cars and beers.
Let's do it.
cars and beers.
Or we can just not record it and just go get happy hour.
That would be fun too.
True.
Although
An
recording would be
unrecorded
fun.
pod, Yeah. One more time. Name, company.
Chuck
go for it.
Palmer, Palmer Insurance Advisors. Great rates, good customer service. Give us a call.
Yeah,
Awesome.
most important, great customer service
sure.
and honesty.
For sure.
So,
Yeah,
all
no
right.
doubt.
Thanks, Chuck. Appreciate
Cool.
it. Happy Friday, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.